So in this chapter we're going to talk about creating chemistry through distance. And we're going to dispel two myths, or at least make progress dispelling them. The first myth is that, if you're closer there's more chemistry. And it's not really that simple, that closeness equals chemistry. And the second is that chemistry is something that's either there or it's not. And while, there's something there about that, it definitely is also, to a larger extent than most would believe, something that can be learned. So to dispel the first myth, that closeness equals chemistry, do you feel the mad passion? I hope not.
I don't think so.
So it's not just about distance, but the first principle is that it's about the consciousness of the distance. So that as you're changing the distance, I'm aware of being here, of being here, of being here, and that as every micron of movement and distance changes, I'm aware of every bit of it. So the first point is that there's this awareness of distance. The second point is that people tend to wimp out. You say, have chemistry, and this is what students do when we talk to them, this is what you have to do, and they do something like this. They're great. They're great. They're great. Oh my God, can you believe we're doing this? And then right about the middle, and they giggle madly because they can't take it. So don't whip out, take it. So as we go, we'll go. And we'll keep going, and we'll keep going, and we'll keep going, and we'll keep going. Right? At no point does it give. You can giggle when it's done. Yeah, you wait 3 minutes, then start giggling. Final point, take your time. So the instinct is to say, all right, chemistry, and what the ladies do is they go something like this, wah, which is not good. So take your time so that it can build. So if I do this once to the camera, I want you to be aware of my movement as I go from here and I mean that little bit of movement, that's a lot. So take advantage of the fact that moving from here to here is something we're trained to really feel. Now right now, stop and do it. So just pause the video camera, do it. All right, so you've done it. My first observation is that almost surely you did it too fast. It's not, this is not slow. This is slow. And then I begin to shift. And then my front heel hits. And then I begin to shift. And more, now I'm halfway. And then I shift over more, but I'm not there, and it keeps coming and going and going, and then finally I'm over, and I just finished taking one step. Right? So that's slow. It is not bang, you're there. But I want to make two interesting asides that are tangentially related. And the first is that I'm aware when I'm dancing with a new partner of the psychological distance. And as we dance, if she's someone, we don't know each other, I'm not going to be like, wah, you here. She'll be like, wah, maybe not. These tango dances are crazy. So instead, as I walk towards her, I'm aware of keeping the psychological distance constant even as the physical distance decreases. What that means is that if we're here and I'm looking straight at you, you're my partner now, as I walk to embrace you, you'll see that my gaze will drift to the side. And by averting the eyes and the face, I make the psychological distance less even as the physical distance comes in, and so they sort of counteract each other. The other idea is that it really is about the direction of your energy. So that as I'm here, if I'm like this and she's over there, you don't know that. If you saw a picture that was cut right here and you saw only me, you wouldn't know that she was there. If I was like this, you'd say, oh, someone's there, and that's pretty important to someone too. But also I could be like this. And you'd also know that there was something there. A scary something that's very scary and powerful. But so it really is about this sense of the way in which you acknowledge the presence of your partner by taking your energy towards them, away from them. So even if I am facing away from her, there can be the sense of, oh, there's someone there, which is really what I want you to think. And then she pulls me to her magnetically. So this chapter was about three things primarily, or there are three things I want you to remember. The first is that we create chemistry through distance by being aware of the distance. The second is that you shouldn't wimp out, right? So you're not going to walk up to someone and then burst out laughing into this sort of heap, limp heap, which is not like full of chemistry. The final thing is that as you do this, you want to take your time so that it goes and it goes and it goes and it builds and it builds and it builds, right? Instead of, oh, I'm there. The last thought I want to make is that if you get to a position, you can get to the exact same position, but it will feel radically different depending on how you got there. So for example, if I ask someone to dance, I have to get in character. They accept it, so I get very happy. So that's one place. Now let's say I ask another person to dance, someone I'm very comfortable with, obviously. Now I ended in the exact same position, but it did not feel that way.